We're live Sunday, October 10th.
What's up, Noah? Happy Sunday.
Thank you. You too. It's
So,
I'm going to look at my phone real quick and tell you which week of the year it is. It's the 42nd week of the year, W42 on my iPhone.
now, it's a nice fall day here. It's about 70, and you were predicting off camera that I'm going to probably roast within the next, I won't make it to the 90-minute episode. I'm going to roast. I'm going to tap out. I think my phone might tap out due to the sun, the heat of the sun, but I'm not going to tap out on you, brother.
For sure, you're going to have a baked apple iPhone. So I give that 30 minutes because that sun looks bright.
Yeah, what I'm going to do in 30 minutes is I'm going to take my hand, use my tactile senses. It's a good word for people out there. It's an underused word, tactile senses, my spidey senses, and see how much more does my phone have in it. Do I need to move to another part of the residence here, away from the sun? That could be done. We will adapt. No, we're all about adaptation, diversification, and adaptation. So remind me in about 25 minutes to check and see how hot the wires in my phone are. Because we want to be professional here. We don't want this to go out, right? This is a professional operation we're running here. So only the best.
There are levels of professionalism. This is not a Zuffa production yet. But in time, I mean, what this first year of podcasting together is about, getting used to thinking and speaking live and carrying that kind of conversation. It's also working out all of our schedules together. And I was talking to Jordan earlier about, he's got a kind of a busy schedule right now for Sundays. So I just going to mention it here, that for now, we're going to have him drop in probably during the week podcast when he has more availability. I know that, it's kind of tough for us to sit on here for 90 minutes at a time on Sundays whenever, if you got stuff going on, that's prime real estate that you need to take advantage of. So just mention that to you, Frank, for the show, a little bit of, show note there that, Jordan's going to be he's going to drop in, from time to time than a full-time co-host for the time being. He'll come back, I'm sure.
That's great, and I totally understand. And we always appreciate Jordan's perspectives and his ideas. So yeah, he's welcome to be dropping in, and whatever, life happens. I always say that to people, life happens, and there's a lot, especially this year, there's a lot to work around, and it's not always easy. That's one thing I do like about doing the podcast with you, like I said, is it holds us accountable, because if I decide that I don't want to do it today, that I'm too busy, then I have to take into consideration you. I have to take, you're part of the equation. If I don't show for it, then I'm disappointing you. But I understand where there's so much on a lot of people's plates now, even things we don't know about. People get busy, different times of their life, different priorities, man. I totally understand. Jordan's our boy. Been friends with Jordan for a long time, and he's really focused as well on his, his jiu-jitsu, his MMA. And so, yeah, we look forward to having Jordan on in the future when his schedule allows. You said something earlier, Noah, that I want to go back to. You mentioned this is not yet a Zuffa production, right? We're a work in progress. We're working out we're working out what works, what doesn't work, and getting into a rhythm of a podcast. When you mentioned Zuffa production, I thought about the knockout that happened last night's fight night, Abu Dhabi, and a gentleman who I'd never heard of before, right? He caught the kick, right? And so a guy, one of the fighters threw a kick, and that kick was caught. One of the defenses to a kick sometimes is the guy catches your kick. Sometimes the guy catches your kick and then he'll throw a power hand. I've seen guys get rocked by someone will catch your kick, and while you're on one leg, boom, they'll hit you with the power hand and drop you. And in this instance, the guy was something we've never seen before. Never, just when we think we've seen it all, guy throws a kick. He's on one leg. His kick has got caught. Not the best position for an offensive fighter when the guy catches your kick. And this guy out of nowhere does this spinning 360 kick, and his foot. No, that's one thing nobody's going to talk about today. His foot looked, just in the replays, that guy, the offensive guy who threw that spinning kick, right, out of nowhere, that resulted in a knockout. When you see his foot hit, his foot's huge. So it's like, it's not just a guy that threw a spinning kick. It's not just that it was unexpected. It's not just the violent whip. It's that his foot looks like it's about twice as heavy and twice as muscular as a normal foot. Might as well have been a dumbbell. So
yeah.
what I was going to say is when that happened, one of the things that I thought, I remember as somebody who previously worked for Ultimate Fighting Championship, great experience, the first thing I thought of is that's going to, not only people are saying, hey, is that the best KO in MMA history? Is it one of the best? But I was thinking this is going to change the whole highlight reel. Like UFC has like that 3-minute, 4-minute video that they do at 7 p.m. that jump starts. A lot of people, if you're watching the live broadcast, you don't see it. If you're there at the arena, you actually see this video montage and the song Teenage Wasteland and this highlight reel of UFC knockouts and UFC moments. And the first thing I thought is, oh my goodness, this guy just crashed that party. Somebody who is presently in that highlight reel montage, right? That's really so awesome. It's just spine-tinglingly awesome. It's goosebump awesome when you hear that, if you're at a live show. And I thought someone who's presently in the highlight reel video is getting bounced, for sure. Someone's getting, because it's only so long, right? It's only 3.5, 4 minutes. So someone who's presently, some fighter who's presently in there for a highlight reel moment is bounced. This moment is injected. It's going to be there, and it's going to probably be there for a lot. Interesting that this guy overnight just, all over ESPN, all over everything. So that's what I thought of when you said Zuffa production. I thought of that highlight reel, and I thought, well, this guy's probably, it's going to be hard to bump him now that he's going to be inserted in that highlight reel video, and it's going to be hard to bump him. He'll probably be there 10, 20 years.
Oh, yeah. I've been following Impa Kasengane, who was the fighter who got knocked out. Oh, no. We already lost Frank. I'm telling you, him out in the sun, that phone got hot. It didn't even make it 7 minutes. But let me go ahead and finish my thought there. Impa Kasengane, I've been following him through Dana White's Contender Series of a prior season. He was, let me just make this full screen. Impa Kasengane, if I recall correctly, he's an accountant, which obviously I'm an accountant, and he's foreign-born, not an American-born, and he's it seems like a wonderful guy, and I've just been putting myself mentally into his place of where here I've been following this guy, and Impa quickly built up the number of fights that he was on since the Dana White's Contender Series. So it's kind of surprising that he got that he got knocked out last night. Frank, I continue to monologue there with myself.
Hey, no, you're breaking up, man. I can't. You're very scattered and
that's because your phone is hot. Your phone is hot.
No, my phone's not hot right now, brother.
All right.
All right. You're just kind of garbled.
Okay. Well, I took liberty here whenever you dropped out there for a second to continue the thought about Impa Kasengane, who was the recipient of that KO. He was on Dana White's Contender Series season 2. Oh man, he's dropping out. So it looks like we have an IT problem with with Frank this week. Hopefully he'll get back on. Um, it's yeah, if you go on to Kasangane's Instagram page today, he's very class act, very classy with how he came back from the knockout, and was basically saying, this is something to learn from, which nobody, absolutely nobody, would have seen this coming. I know that Mr. Atlas weighed in on that, saying that anytime someone catches your foot, you can get injured with either a knockout punch or like this ninja move of a knockout kick. So it's pretty interesting to see this fight go on. I didn't watch all of the fights last night. I watched the majority of them. Took a little break, just because every week watching 5-6 hours of fights is a lot when you got so much other things going on. But that's part of the game. And another thing is here. I think Frank's going to rejoin in a second. Let me check and see where he's at, so we can have this show. One of the benefits of having 3 co-hosts is you can pick up the conversation with the other co-hosts whenever one falls out. But this obviously is a scenario where if you lose your only co-host, this becomes an instant monologue, which is kind of fun. I'll just send him a message. We'll see. I like this. I think this is about episode 40 or 41. And one of the things I've learned, let me say that one of the things I've learned about podcasting is you've got to expect the unexpected to happen. Especially whenever you're having remote hosts and you're having IT issues. Broadband is unreliable, even, whenever most of the time it seems like it's working really well. You just never know. But this is one of those scenarios where it looks like we've lost our show. So I'm going to have to pause it here.